Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the vid. I just got a new CGC Mail Call in today. Decided to take the opportunity to do my first ever unboxing video. Originally I decided with this batch that I wasn't going to look at the grades, that I was going to do this totally live and go through. And then about 10 minutes after they posted the grades, I broke down and checked them out. So I know what's in the box. No major surprises, but still thought it'd be fun. So if you've got a few minutes, join me, want to check out some cool books, hang out. So I already went ahead and cracked open the box because I hate waiting the 30 seconds for people to crack open their box while everybody's waiting. So I'm just going to kind of do a random poll as I go through here. So first up is ASM 13 in a 3.0. It's about what I estimated for this book. I thought it was about a 3.5. Didn't really think it would be any higher than that. I had this in a CBCS 3.0 as well, with the weird note on the label. Sold that book with the idea that I would upgrade and, you know, high hopes for it, but never really panned out. So ended up picking up a raw copy and came back a 3.0. So, but it's CGC now, so I still consider that an upgrade. So I'll take it. And to go along with that, next up we have ASM 9 First Electro. I was happy with that grade, hit a 5.0 off-white pages. Which, ironically enough, or just humorously enough, whatever, I had bought a 5.0 with off-white pages, so basically the exact book off of Comic Link, I don't know, probably like a week or two before I ended up picking this up raw. So, you know, you go from not having any copies of a book to all of a sudden having two, and then it, you know, came back with the identical grade and same page quality. So, yeah, now I guess I can sell one off, and I did much better on the price, I'll say, with this one. So I guess I can resell one of them and be into that book for a lot less. So I'm happy about that for sure. Let's see what we got here. This is a book. This is actually the second one of these I've got. I've got this in a 6.0 white page. So this had a 5.0, 5.5 white page. Which I'm super happy about. This book presents beautifully. Colors are just gorgeous on it, which is what drew me to the second copy. What I didn't really take into account when I bought it was that it's got a subscription crease that runs the whole length of the book, but it's in the white, so it really doesn't detract from anything. But I thought... basically, when I bought it, I thought it'd be about a 5.0, and then when I realized how severe the subscription crease was, I got nervous about that. I thought it would be a lot lower. I thought this one would be like a 4.0, 4.5 maybe, just because I thought a subscription crease would kind of keep it down from that level, but still hit the 5.5, so really, really happy about that one, and that... So that's a nice duplicate to have. Love Poison Ivy, love, you know, Silver Age Batman books. So I think this is just a really nice second copy to have. Maybe I'll sell that one along with the 6.0 and upgrade to a 7.0 or something like that eventually. We'll see. Another of the favorite books that I can't seem to say no to whenever it pops up. I have this one in a 7.0 and a 5.5. So now this is... just another copy to add to the collection. I think this is an awesome book. I think eventually, you know, that book is going to get super hot. I just like it. I think it's a cool book. It's kind of a goofy cover, you know, Batgirl running around with her high heels, and, you know, it was always kind of silly, but that's what you get with Batman books. I pegged this one for about a 3.5, so really happy with the 4. It's got a fair number of flaws. It's got some writing on the cover there, Mr. Michael Klein, something written on there, you know, which is fine. Writing on covers doesn't really bother me, so I'll go ahead and the grade is fine, so I'm happy about that one. This one was kind of a kick in the pants after I bought the book. So I bought like 15 or 16 books from one guy who was thinning down his collection. He made me some awesome deals, so I'm not too incredibly butthurt about this. But I should have, I was more upset with myself because I should have noticed that this book was trimmed when I bought it. But because I was buying a bunch of books and getting really excited about, you know, some of the deals coming my way, kind of overlooked it. He gave me a smoking price on this one, so I'm not too wounded about it. And it still presents beautifully. It's a nice cover. You know, you can't get enough Giant Size X-Men #1. I love this book. So thankfully that's not my only copy of that book. I would definitely be looking at upgrade on that one, but this is just a nice little, you know, side one to have. It still displays nice. Maybe in the future crack it open for a signature, something like that. But not really worried about it. So big thing was I bought the books and all of a sudden I started noting restoration on a few of them. There was some color touch on a couple of the books, and then I noticed that one was trimmed. So it kind of made me nervous for the whole batch that I was sending in because I didn't really know if, you know, I just missed a ton of stuff. I don't know how I missed that being trimmed. This one I knew. Okay, so they did note it. So this is another book, came back restored. This one I knew, I detected the color touch on it when I sent it off, and that was kind of a bummer. I didn't notice it when I bought it because the book was super wavy and it had all kinds of staining and just like water damage to it. And so after I got it pressed is when I realized, you know, hey, there's something going on there, and I actually saw the color touch on it. Did not know that that one was also trimmed. So I'm going to have to see what's going on. I mean, it doesn't immediately scream trimmed to me, and it's still got like issues. It's saying all 3 sides are trimmed on it, but I mean, it's not sharp up there, so I don't know what they're really pegging that on. So I'm gonna have to probably check that against some other Silver Age books and see what's going on. I don't think I really buy that. It said that on the grader's notes, but I thought the grader's notes were messed up on it because they didn't put the 3 trimmed edges in the comments on that book. So I thought they had just like screwed up on the grader's notes and copied it from the Giant Size that I just pulled out or something weird. So that's a bummer to see that on there. I was hoping that was just color touch on that one. So I guess there's a surprise. Even though I looked at the stuff online, that's still surprising to me. Next up, Fantastic Four 52, First Black Panther. This is my 3rd copy of this book as well. So that's just nice. I'm a dupe guy. Love having multiple copies of books so that I can trade, or if it comes time to sell, like you're not selling your only copy and then you're bummed that you no longer own it. So it's a solid 5. I think I had this pegged at a 5.5. At the high end, it had some like staining and smudging and stuff on the cover. So I wasn't super hopeful about a high grade. I'm just glad it's a blue label. And I'm real happy with the 5.0. I actually got a really good deal on that book, so I'm happy with that. And that's a hot book. That'll keep popping. Let's see, what is this? Okay, so we got a X-Men 14 for Sentinels. Really happy with the 7.5 on there. That was basically my guess for the high end of the grade range on it. I think I wrote down like 6.5 to 7.5 on that one. Clean copy, great colors. So I'm real happy with that. Not a super exciting book, but as an X-Men fan, I think the Sentinels are you know, one of their most important villains really overall. So I think that's an important book to have, even though I don't think it gets the kind of the respect that it should, but I think eventually that book will keep climbing. So this one I'm excited about. Not a huge book, but I've never owned a copy of this one. So I pegged this at a 2.5 to 3, came back at a 3. Cream to off-white pages, which I don't really love cream pages. I don't think anybody does, but with DC books, for whatever reason, it doesn't really bother me. And that's just kind of that book in general is just a white whale, right? You don't really see it pop up that often in the wild, in the raw. You know, usually anytime I see this book, it's slabbed. So, you know, there's another one added to the slab pile. I'm happy. I haven't had this book before. Now that I have it in a 3.0, I immediately want to upgrade this book. So if anybody's got a higher grade copy out there, want to move it, get in touch. Let's talk trade, sale, whatever. Yeah, I'm happy about that one. What else do we have in here? This is another book that I've been chasing a while. Really hard in grade. Superboy 68, First Bizarro. I just dig this book. I dig the old DC Silver Age books. They're just kind of goofy. But, you know, some of the coolest villains and stuff like that just introduced in these books. Really hard to find in grade. So I kind of gave up and just bought the low grade raw copy. It was a decent deal. Graded right about where I thought it would, 3.5. So I'm happy with that. Colors seem to be good as far as I know on this book. Maybe there's richer colors on other ones. Maybe the purples are deeper. I don't really know. But I'm happy to have that. Again, that's another one. Hopefully I'll be able to upgrade in the future. But for now, that definitely checks a box. Let's see, a couple more here. We've got a book that I love, Marvel Spotlight 5. This is my second copy of this book. I've got a 7.0 white pages. This one hit a 6.5 white, which I'm super excited about. I thought that would be in the 5.5 to 6.5 range, so 6.5 is definitely a win on that one, being at the upper edge of that. Super happy. It's a really good presenting copy. The wrap is good on it, which is important, I think, on this book in particular. Just had like one weird like vertical, I don't know if you can see it on there. Anyway, kind of like a half moon long vertical color break on there that I didn't know how hard they would hit on there. So I'm happy the grade that got on there. So that's a win. Let's see, next up. Ooh. This one absolutely nailed it. 9.4 white pages, X-Men 101, First Phoenix. Really, really happy about this book. This book has been a challenge for me. The last one I sent in, I thought was like just a dead 9.2, no questions asked, easy, and it came back an 8.0 because of some weird like tiny stains on the back that just made me mad. So I'm super excited to have that book in a 9.4 finally. I love that cover, love the storyline, everything about that book is great. That's one of my favorite Bronze Age books. So this is now my third copy of that one, and to have it in a 9.4 is super exciting. I think the window has passed for a 9.6 or a 9.8 on that book, but I'll take a 9.4. Probably sell my 2 down copies now, and just keep that one in the personal collection. So, yeah. So this one has been another one I've been chasing down for a while. X-Men 4, first Quicksilver, first Scarlet Witch, second appearance of Magneto. Beautiful copy. The colors just pop on this book. So I was really excited to find this one. Hit a 6.0, which was basically the top end of my range. Again, it's got some stuff along the spine that I didn't know how hard they would hit it, so I kind of feared it would be down in the possibly the 4 or 5 range. Looks like it's got a piece of paper or something kind of stuck in the well here. So I'll need to look at that more closely and maybe talk to CGC about that one, or I just won't worry about it because that book is absolutely for the PC. I'm not going to worry about moving that one anytime soon for sure, unless I can find an upgrade. I'd love to have that book in like a 7 or an 8, but I don't know if that'll happen really. So another good one to have, super hot book, FF49. Not quite hitting 48 levels, but I think it should. First full appearance of Galactus, you know, and his first cover with Silver Surfer. I think that's just an awesome book. I don't think it's yet got the respect that it should. I think that's gonna blow up here pretty soon, especially as FF48 just becomes ridiculous and kind of unattainable. So I'm happy to have this second copy of this one. I've got that in a 6.0. Really happy. I had this pegged in a like a 5.0, 5.5 max. So I'm real happy about a 5.0 on that one. That was right in line with expectation on that one. So I'm happy. And last but not least, another super hot book right now. Tomb 10, First Blade. hit the 9.0 in that. Wish it was white pages, but off-white is fine. Off-white to white anyway. So I bought this at Comic-Con, and the guy actually sold it to me as like a 7.5 is what he had it marked at, which I absolutely agreed with there because it had a lot of pressable issues. So I knew this one could do a lot better. Got it to my presser, Age of Comics in Albuquerque. So thank you guys. They did a great job on it and hit the dream number that I thought it would hit. Like worst case scenario, I thought, you know, maybe 8085. But I really was hoping for a 9. So I'm happy to have that one back. Great deal on that book. Buying it at the 7.5 raw price kind of thing. So so now that's the third copy of that book now. Joins a 9.2 and a 5.5 in my collection. So I'll be sitting on that one until first trailer probably, and then we'll see what happens. So that's my batch. Thanks for hanging out. I've got a lot of dupes, a lot of books. I'll probably be looking at moving soon. So hit me up if you're into trading. And especially if you're in the Phoenix area, looking for some new people to work with and trade with out here. I want to get some groups started, maybe some trade nights and stuff like that. So if you're in the Phoenix area, definitely hit me up. Let's talk. And yeah, y'all have a good one.